Greetings from Tromaville. I'm Lloyd Kaufman, president of Troma Entertainment, creator of The Toxic Avenger. And I've been going to the Cannes Film Festival for a long time. You know, Cannes was originally founded as a reaction against the Nazis, against fascism. The Venice Film Festival in 1938-39 had drifted way toward fascism, and the French wanted to set up a free, open, and democratic festival. Personally, I've noticed over the years that the Cannes Film Festival has gotten more elitist, more fascist, in my opinion. The Troma team went there in 2017 and saw clearly that the festival has drifted from a free, open, and democratic, idealistic festival to basically fascism. And further evidence of this is the fact that they've invited back. They're readmitting as one of the guests of honor a Jew hater, or at least someone who seems to be a Jew hater and a Hitler apologist, Lars von Trier. He was kicked out of Cannes. Now he's back. It only took him 2 years to figure out a way to get him back. So Cannes Film Festival has indeed gone festival to fascism. Let's watch.
Sergeant Boogeyman, NYPD, here on the French Riviera at the Cannes Film Festival. I've been here for 5 minutes and I'm already being detained by the French police. But I mean, it's not a mask, it's my face. I'm actually a New York City police officer. It's unfortunate because I love the French. I love the people of Cannes, and we've been coming here for 43 years. I'm here to have a good time. I'm here to meet and greet my adoring public. I mean, if you take a look around, everyone is taking pictures and video and loving Sergeant Kabuki Man, and you know, the French police are detaining us. I understand why it might be an issue, but look, this is my face.
Vive les citoyens de Cannes! Vive les citoyens de Cannes! Vive les citoyens de Cannes! Ici, c'est ma carte Non, c'est la carte de société. Je suis venu ici depuis 71. Je vais pas... Ces bêtises sont des bêtises. Où la Code Napoléon dit que liberté de discours, n'est-ce pas? So I give him my business card. I take responsibility. And I'd love for the guy to explain to us what this is all about.
Pas de poker, pas de masque.
Pas de poker?
Pas de
No, you know
poker.
the sign,
So,
the big sign,
no.
the big sign.
And mask.
No billboard.
Pas ici?
No.
No billboards.
No, pas de liberté, no freedom of speech in Cannes now. No festivity, no festival. Je suis venu depuis 71. J'ai dormi sur la plage 71. Maintenant, on ne peut pas porter un toxic et smoking. Tout le monde doit être les robots, pareil. Sauf Disney.
Yes!
Have you been stopped by the police at all for being in costume and makeup?
Because it's Cannes Festival! It's for joke, for holidays!
But no cops have not given you any trouble, right?
I not understand. I know.
What we just saw are a couple of guys dressed as Pirates of the Caribbean. They were allowed to walk around. They have fake guns. knives. I'm trying to rectify the idea in my mind why it's good for Disney and not good for Troma. And those guys who were dressed as the Pirates of the Caribbean certainly were not official Disney characters. They're cosplaying. So even cosplayers are higher up on the hierarchy than actual Troma team members.
I mean, what Troma was doing this year is what they've done every year for 20 or 30 years, which is guerrilla marketing on the streets and parades, and the citizens of Cannes love it. The maitre d' at the restaurants along the Croisette come out and yell and scream and wave to Troma.
Troma dance.
I've been going since 1971.
Yeah.
I've been Kabuki Man and Toxie and all. They're very well known, and the cops like us. That's what's so
The
stupid.
local Cannes police, like,
Yeah,
right?
and slowly they've been the festival. They have these big guys in suits and things, and they slowly policing out all the festivity part of the festival, and especially Troma. Bjarni, one of our volunteers from Iceland, was wearing a Troma T-shirt on his own, walking peacefully down the main drag, and was forbidden to go any further in front of the main theater because no Troma, no. They've taken all the fun out of the festival. It's, and what's ridiculous is, look what's going on here. There's all sorts of masks and makeup, and, Sergeant Kabuki Man NYPD wouldn't even be looked at here. And there he's a terrorist or something, right? I mean, it's insane. John Brennan, producer of Kabuki Man's Cocktail Corner and co-director of Toxie's VR movie. John, what stood out for you from Cannes Festival to Fascism 2017? You were there. You were kind of our leader. You were running the program.
Sure. We had a couple of bad instances there. Leading up to it, it seemed like it was all going to be fun. But as soon as we got there, we were ready to do our street parades and street theater with Toxie, Dolphin Man, Kabuki Man. But we tried to get down to the Croisette, where the main drag is for the Cannes Film Festival, and promote Return to Nukem High, aka Volume 2. But unfortunately, immediately the police seized us and put us up against the wall, threw us up against the wall, in fact. I was dressed like the Toxic Avenger, so they ripped our masks off and kind of manhandled us.
They physically ripped off your mask?
Yeah, they ripped Toxie's mask, Dolphin Man's mask.
They didn't let you rip them off?
No, they took them off for us.
And those big guys were the big guys from the festival where they're telling the cops what to do, right?
Yep, absolutely. And we had a mixed group with us.
These are the guys with the earphones and the glasses and the black suits.
That's right.
Why didn't you film it?
Well, immediately the first thing that they did was take the Vixia away. That was before they even manhandled us. They grabbed the Vixia
camera
away from somebody. Then, we had females with us who were, immediately very frightened and shook up from it.
Is that why one of them was crying when I showed up?
There was crying involved, and we had to, kind of convince everybody to stay. Because there was talk of, like, if we can't do what we came here to do, which is promote the movie, we're going to leave. I mean, people were shooken up by it. But in the end, we kind of, like, regrouped. They said that we weren't allowed to use signs or anything of that nature. We weren't allowed to use masks. So we figured maybe, this was your idea, Lloyd, we'd put some Troma stickers on us and use ourselves as the billboards. But as soon as they saw Bjarni, our Troma historian, with a Troma sticker, they stopped him in the street and turned him around and said, "Take that off. No Troma whatsoever."
And he was by himself. He wasn't even with
He wasn't
even with you guys.
So usually, I got to say, beforehand, I kind of always sort of, shrug it off when you say that people are attacking Troma or things like that. But this time, I saw it firsthand, and now I know that you're not lying. This is the truth. They definitely targeted Troma because, as I said earlier in the video when we were there, Pirates of the Caribbean walking around in cosplay. They're allowed to go right up to the Quaset where Brad Pitt's hanging out, whatever. But the Troma team, Dolphin Man's a threat to security, Toxie's a threat to security. It's ridiculous, and especially after we explained ourselves, showed them that we were there to screen the movie. It was definitely a targeted situation, I believe. And then the zombie crawl, they shut down the zombie crawl. They watched us. There were police lined up on horses watching us prepare and put on, and we didn't have our faces covered. We just had like the zombie wounds. They let us walk for about 3 minutes or less and then surrounded us with guns like we were terrorists. And you know, as I'm being thrown up against the wall and the cops are tearing my Toxie mask off, it dawned on me, Lloyd Kaufman's not here. I wonder where Lloyd Kaufman is.
Well, I was, well, you know, I had a lot of, you know, business deals and sales and the script. I was working on the new script.
Sure. Whatever you say, Lloyd. Sure. Well, you were there for the zombie crawl. We'll give you that. You were there for the zombie crawl, the big one.
Yeah, they took
the machine guns.
Yeah, they took my license and everything. They definitely closed us down. Why do you suppose? Do you think this is? What is this all about? Is it that Cannes Festival wants to be a club and they don't want anyone on the outside benefiting from the festival or having fun? What is it? What is it all about? I mean, why?
I don't know. I mean, I think it may be that you know, we were there as a side thing to the festival, but we were also sort of trying to promote through street theater and things, and without the advertising budget and without playing by their rules and having to put up the money and things like that and kiss the ass of whoever's involved with the actual festival. So we kind of make our own festival when we go there, or tried to, and we were shut down. It had to have come from sort of a higher up in the Cannes organization. I believe that's the truth. Because after the first 2 times that they stopped us again and again, and they knew who we were. The cops would sometimes we'd walk by, they go, Troma, and a minute later they're stopping us. So it didn't make a lot of sense.
The festival was pulling the strings, and they don't want independent movie companies there being festive. So how do you wrap it all up, John Brennan?
I think, you know, it's you say it all often that it's a devil-worshipping media conglomerates are running the world, and there's cartels. Disney's allowed to do something, but when we try to do it at Troma and Independence, we're not allowed. We're shut down. So there's definitely preferred treatment going on in the world, and you know, that's why all the more reason why Troma and companies like Troma have to fight harder, because eventually they'll squash them out and either absorb them, or there will never be another Troma again.
Well, thank you, John Brennan, and thank you for watching From Festival to Fascism, Cannes 2017.